Good afternoon and welcome everyone to our virtual panel discussions on prioritizing acts. Balancing acts, prioritizing career growth and family well-being as a woman. This is part of our annual Women's Day commemoration. My name is Fatou Sane, and I am delighted to be your host for today. Before we begin, I want to extend a very warm welcome to all our participants and everyone who is watching us right now. We are thrilled to have you all today with us. And this discussion really promises to be insightful as well as engaging. As we delve into the complexities of balancing career aspirations and family responsibilities for women, encourage each and every one of you to actively participate in the chats by sharing your thoughts, your questions, or even your experiences, as this will help to make the conversation to be truly enriching and inclusive. Before I go any further, I will let my co-participants introduce themselves, starting with my co-host, Adama.
Okay, thank you very much, Farsani. And how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing great. Well, my name is Adam Oba. I'm a second year law student at Ebuntepe University, Kenitra, and I'm the current sports secretary of the association, GASAM, Gambian Student Association in Morocco. It's indeed a great pleasure, a great honor to be with you here today, and I am looking forward to a very insightful and successful session. Considering the topic in question or the term, I really do believe this will be a very, very educative banter. So yeah, I'm looking toward it. Thank you very much, Fatu.
Thank you, Adama. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Now we move on to Ms. Fatou Hydra. Fatou.
Oh, I was muted. Good afternoon, everyone. But before I go, I would like to say thank you so much to Auntie Aja Mariam Adulet for taking the struggle to be with us. We can see that you are on a journey to a funeral, and our condolences to the deceased. Really, we appreciate the sacrifice you are doing right now. You could have just said, no, I could not, but you still sacrificed to be with us here with the young people and students. This is really motivating. And thank you so much to Gambian Student Association for organizing such amazing programs. This is not the first time. And my name is Fatou Hydra, Executive Director of African Youth Architects. I am very much honored to be with you all, and I'm so much so that we will have a successful panel today. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatou. We're delighted to have you as well, always available for the students. And now to our special guest, Miss Auntie Adulet. Can you please introduce?
Hello, assalamu alaikum warahmatullah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm glad to be with you today, and I am definitely delighted to be part of this panel, and I hope we do have a fruitful deliberations regarding women in celebration of the Women's International Women's Day or International Week or International Women's Month or International Women's Year, I normally call it, because we are more than a day. Women are more than a day. We should be celebrated throughout our lives, mashallah. But alhamdulillah, since they have considered us to give us a day, we'll just hold on to it for the time being. Thank you very much, Fatu, for inviting me to this program. Thank you very much, Adama. Thank you very, very much, Fatu Haidara. I'm so
Thank
delighted
you.
to be amongst you. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you and welcome all to the show today. Today we are going to explore a topic that resonates with a lot of us. And as we live in an era that is unprecedented and we have like different opportunities in the work field for women, we sometimes find ourselves conflicted between pursuing our professional ambitions or fulfilling our family responsibilities. The concept of work-life balance has become increasingly pertinent as women strive to excel in their career responsibilities while also nurturing their personal lives. However, achieving this equilibrium, we all know it's far from being forward, as societal or cultural norms or even organizational structures often pose significant problems or challenges on women. Therefore, today we will dive into the multifaceted dimension of this dilemma. We'll examine the challenges that women face in their professional as well as their personal lives, the struggles, and also the obstacles that they face in balancing both lives. So, without going any further, we will dive straight into the questions because Auntie Adu, as you have mentioned, you have a limited time, so we wouldn't like to keep you any longer than necessary. So it is not a doubt that you are a very unique woman amongst others, mashallah. At your age, you're running your own company perfectly, but also in charge of many different international organizations, helping youth or helping any person you come across in your own way. So we would love to know, how do you often navigate between the competing demands of your career aspirations and your responsibilities as a parent and also as a spouse?
Thank you very much, Fatu, again. Thank you very much. As I always say, I am very lucky and fortunate that I was brought up this way by my mom. My mom put me through this trend. Maybe she knew I was going to be a woman tied up between work and marriage and having children. So she taught me to be strong and to be dynamic and to be ready to face challenges. I am always ready to face the challenges that come through family and through my work. And I'm always ready to face the strengths, both my strengths and my weaknesses. I have a very, 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 very strong and I have a very strong and elated SWOT analysis of myself, and I'm always ready to face any one of them. So I think that's the only thing I can say that helps me at work, in managing my businesses, in managing my foundations I built up, or the foundation I established, the latest of which was the To Our Own Travel Foundation of Pilgrims Affairs, which is the biggest foundation I have right now. And that is everybody I've ever taken to Umrah and Hajj uh, uh, formed to a foundation where we have the needy. We have women, the youth, the needy, we have the madrasas, we have the mosques, and we have the hospitals, and we go to and we have the just the needy, and we make the hopeless, the hopeless. We give hope to the hopeless, especially the women and the children. But what I normally do is I just build up the strongness in myself to be able to face all this. It's difficult. I don't sleep at night sometimes. Pray when I have a program. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help me be able to do all this and still make satisfy my family's needs, especially my husband and my children, and also make sure I continue to make my business successful. At the end of the day, I just think Allah, the Almighty, is my strength. Alhamdulillah. But I also need to tell you that my husband is my other strength. He is always at my side. He is very helpful, and he makes sure whatever I do is at my side. Even if he's not around, because he travels a lot, he's always praying for me and he's always encouraging me. And he always tells me how strong I am and how he tells me that I'm able to do it. And that is also key. My old children also do that. They tell me, Mommy, you can do it. You are strong, mashallah. And Alhamdulillah, I am grateful for all that. Thank you.
That is very inspiring. Having a mom that supported you since the very first day and throughout life. That is really very, very inspiring. Adama, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, actually, I also have a question that I would like to ask. And this question will also go to Auntie Adu here. Yeah, so the question goes, the question says, can you share any strategies or routines you have developed to maintain a sense of balance and well-being amidst your dual role?
Yes, the strategies I have in place is, first of all, I have very good staff. I make sure I have very good staff at work, and I give them their responsibilities. I have my secretary, I have my personal assistant in the in the travel. I have staff that are responsible for air ticketing and reservations, and I have staff that are responsible for Hajj and Umrah. Alhamdulillah. And in the couture, I have staff that I have a supervisor that supervises the tailors and give them their responsibilities, mashallah. In the shop where I have the textiles, mashallah, I have a staff that is also is responsible, alhamdulillah. And any other business, in any of the business I do, I make sure I have a staff that helps me or supervises whatever and reports back to me daily. But the most difficult one is the Umrah and the Hajj, and the most difficult part of it is the guiding. Because administration, I take care of the administration and get and outsource my financial what is outsourced to a a consultancy company. Anything dealing with finances, anything dealing with payments. They regulate my finances, they regulate my taxes, they regulate everything about finances. So I don't touch finance at all. And all my clients pay me through the banks. I don't handle cash in my office. Yes, which I thought was very strategic. So and it helps me. They advise me in terms of anything financial. Alhamdulillah. And at the end of the day, they deal with GRA, which is the Gambia Revenue Authorities. They pay the taxes. They deal with social security regarding my staff, social security payments. And in fact, even my social and some of my social and corporate responsibilities, that accounting company takes care of it because I tell them what I need to do. For example, I tell them I need 500,000 a year for my social and corporate responsibilities, and I tell them which companies I want to give to, and if there's any companies or any association or institutions or individuals I want to help, and if they come in that comes unexpected, they put it on a miscellaneous. So Alhamdulillah for that. Apart from that, so when we get to Hajj and Umrah, my husband is my chief guide and my imam, and my son Abdulaziz is always by my side. And Alhamdulillah, I made sure, Alhamdulillah, Allah helped me. All my children are Hafiz al Quran, all of them. So he's the one that just started working with me. My girl, I have only one girl, I have four boys and one girl. Alhamdulillah, the girl is coming during this Umrah Ramadan to come and join us. Alhamdulillah, to be one of our administrators in Makkah for Hajj and Umrah and our achieved bed for the female pilgrims. Alhamdulillah, these are my strategies. This is how I strategize. At home, I was lucky, like I said, I continue to pray for my mom to rest in Jannah to Firdaus, and for he strategized for me how to take care of home. When my firstborn was my first son was born 38 years ago, he got me two girls that were taking care of, helping me at home, and they are still with me, alhamdulillah. He brought up my children, and then eventually when they were growing up, Yamukim, that's my sister's son, meaning I have people that are taking care of my children. They've all grown up now, and these people are still with me in my house, taking care of all the chores, taking care of cooking, mashallah. I give them monthly. The office gives them monthly fish money, and I'm not worried about that. We have somebody doing our laundry, and I outsource somebody, two people in fact. One when they are Malians. When one travels, the other one is always available. Alhamdulillah. Um, Regarding my Islamic responsibilities, especially, I live to my husband. My husband and the foundation helps me in taking care of the madrasas, taking care of the hospitals, taking care of the students, as well Islamic scholars. Alhamdulillah. I'm also building a mosque for my husband. Alhamdulillah, and he takes care of that. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. So basically, that's how I strategize between work and family. Alhamdulillah.
Wow, that is amazing. You have too many solid strategies. No wonder they have been working so very well. Thank you very much for answering that question. And well, I will have another question for Fat Hydra here.
Adama, please, before you pass, can I just come to the point about with Auntie,
Uh,
please?
okay.
Auntie Adu, this is just a follow-up. You mentioned that how you strategize your time and your career and personal life. It's basically it's mostly based on the staff you have and all the support networks you have. But in a case where a woman is not maybe as established as you, they might not, a case in which another woman doesn't have staffs or the support network that you have, mashallah. How do you suggest that person strategize their time or both aspects of their lives?
Well, that would be difficult, and it is difficult for those that don't have it. And I do work with them, and I do experience with them because I'm like even today, this morning, I sent a lady. She's very hardworking, but she doesn't have support from her husband. So what I'm doing with her is I tell her to be patient with her husband, and I give her programs. Whenever I have a program where women will go and deliberate and meet other women, network and hear from them and know about their lifestyle and what their experiences, I send her over there. And now I think I could see that she's picking up. It's still difficult for her because she doesn't have any support from her husband. She does everything on her own. But I tell her, you don't stop. You do not stop. It's not the end of the world. No. You can keep your husband, hang on to marriage, take some time for you to look after your children, but you have to work. You have to work, you have to be strong, especially being strong. Yes, managing your time, you know, because if you don't have the stuff, just like you said about me, Alhamdulillah, but it's not been easy for me. What I'm saying to you is not that it's been easy for me, and it's still not easy. I'm sure towards the end we'll discuss that. It's still not easy. It's not still not 100%, but whatever happens, you have to be strong and disciplined and be ready to face all these challenges because they will come to you all at all times. The outside forces, the women pairs, the men, the government, everybody, your competitors, they will always challenge you. But it all boils down to being strong and be ready to face all these challenges and be yourself. You have to be yourself and be ready to know that, be ready to know that you have to be self-motivated, self-motivated and confident. Self-motivated and confident that you will be able to do it at all cost. Yes, I think that's the point. You don't give up. You do not give up. You do not have room for giving up, and don't ever build it in yourself. This is what I tell the women and the young girls that are ready to face the world and ready to have the dual responsibilities of family and work.
Okay, thank you so much. That is clear. So basically, however hard it might be, just keep going and hopefully things will get better along the way. Adama?
Yeah, thank you so very much, Fatou. Yeah, like I was saying, I have a question for Fatou. So yeah, the question I have for Fatou is that is it the concept of having it all? Is it concept of having it all unrealistic and demanding? damaging to women's mental health and well-being, perpetuating unattainable standards and feeling of inadequacy. Was that clear?
Adam, can you please come back with that question?
Okay, I'm saying, is it the concept of having it all unrealistic and damaging to women's mental health and their well-being, perpetuating unattainable standards and feeling of inadequacy?
Oh, thank you for that question, Adam. Well, I don't think, I think already women have it all. I don't think it's damaging. I think we already have it all because women's being leaders, they are bosses. Before even becoming that, some are mothers, they are wives, they are responsible for many things. So I think women already have it all. Like we don't have many women like Auntie Aja Mariam because she have a support system from her husband, people that are surrounding her. And this can be a learning point for many men that see women as competitors that no, we are not talking about 50-50 physically. We just want your support. We are not asking you to make decisions for us. You are there to support our decisions. So if we have more men like that, women already have it all. We don't have to, we prioritize in our time. When women become a leader, one thing we do is time. We make sure that we prioritize our time being household chores are in place, and then we are balancing that with so many things. So already being a woman, you already have it all. If I hope I answered that question.
You really do. You really do answer clearly, and it's a very inspirational one. Thank you so very much, Fatu. Yeah, and then Fatsane, anything on that? Was I audible? Am I
I
audible?
was saying that actually I had an,
Yes.
you're getting me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have another question for Auntie Adu. But it is no doubt that in the world we are, women face many different obstacles and biases in their workplaces. Just because they're women, nothing more. So I would love to know if you have personally encountered any bias or any obstacles in your workplace related to your family responses. And if you have, how did you address them?
Fatu, I definitely have. I had the latest ones I can tell you is in the hatch industry. In the hatch industry, women have dominated the hatch industry in the Gambia and even in Senegal, where I am operating from. I have a travel agency in Gambia and one in Senegal, Alhamdulillah, and it's male dominated. But now women have dominated it. We came over and challenged them. So the discrimination we had was when they were giving out the quotas. I had a big quota in Gambia, and they reduced it from 200 from 240 to 155, and that was all discrimination. I didn't see any reason they should have done it, but they thought they would bring me down and lower my morale, but it didn't happen. I strongly accepted it, and then I complained. Like I always say, obey and complain. I obeyed by taking it, and then I complained afterwards. I complained bitterly, both in our circle and outside our circle, which is at private sector level, public sector level, and government level. And I think I was well heard. And I think the decision makers have eventually concord with me and agreed with me that this was a blatant discrimination against men and women. And definitely the way I handled it was not fighting against them, but was accepting in the first place, started my work. It was very painful, but then I complained afterwards. And I'm still complaining. I'm still complaining because this year I got my flight got full fetch since December. Can you imagine? And I still don't have space to accommodate my intending pilgrims. So I took the opportunity again to complain to the government and to complain to the High Commission that it's not fair that they reduce my quota for no reason. Alhamdulillah. And then the other challenge I had was in the couture industry. That is the sewing industry. Men always, most of the tailors we have are men, and you can see in them that their pride, their ego, is always with them when it comes to bossing them. You know. So what I did was I tried to find out. Since we are in a digital world, and if you want to progress, you got to be digitalized. So I got a computer machine. I got a computer machine. And when I got the computer machine, everybody started being very careful with it because they knew if you discriminate me or try to bring down my work or my labor force to like I give you 10 outfits to do in a week, and it takes you a month to do it because you are trying to discriminate or bring down my professional level. You know, if I get a computer machine, the computer will do it for me, and the computer, in fact, the computer will do me more than 10, about 20 outfits in 3 days. So that way, I fought with them without fighting physically. Alhamdulillah. You know. So these are some of the challenges and you face. Well, I'm sure maybe you'll ask me if somebody who does not have the financial muscle to do that. Yes. If you don't find financial muscle to do that, like I always say, it's still difficult, but it's still a fight.
Mhm.
It is still a fight, and you should be ready for it. And what I normally say in such circumstances is I will plan what to do if such an incident happens to me or such comes to me across my life. But sometimes you may just plan, but Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is the greatest planner. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is the greatest planner. You know. So when such things come to you, you pray to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala to give you the mind and the strength. You know, to be able to handle it. And Alhamdulillah Rabbi Alameen, whenever such happens, I with the prayers I am able to handle it. Sometimes it's difficult. Not that I handle it 100%. I would say about 75 to 80%. Because in life, you may not be able to handle everything 100%. No, it's not possible. You know. But Alhamdulillah, whatever happens, when it comes upon you, you are able to get a plan B. You know. So in male dominated areas or in areas that male try to bring you down or challenge you and feel that you are nobody, you should be ready to face them. You should be ready to do whatever you can to tell them that you can do it. Apart from that, another point I want to raise here is, in Gambia we have the UN, the United Nations and Gender Seal. We were the ones that that was working with the Gambia Chamber of Commerce to advocate the gender seal. The gender seal meaning to advocate that young girls be employed. Young girls have at least be, if not 60%, but at least 50% in the workforce. But also, let me tell you, like I always tell my female staff, they are not very serious. They are not very serious. They should be as serious as be able to concentrate on education and as serious as being disciplined. Because you cannot be a young girl and we try to advocate the gender seal to bring you into the workforce and teach you to be a decision maker, and then you start. Anytime you have a gente, you go to a gente. Anytime there's a ditch, you go. Anytime there's a program, you don't come to work or you don't go to school. Some of these things are some of the challenges we face with the young girls. So this would trigger up to a level where when they are independent, it will trigger in their behaviors. That is the only way the boys or the men can overcome them. So that is a point to I just maybe it may be out of topic, but it is necessary to mention so that we are also we are we get our girls to be more focused in their education, in their disciplinary work, and in the and be able to know that if the guy in the office knows that these girls 10 times in the month they don't come to work because of social activities, they would be pushing so that the company give them more promotion and more money, you know, and all that would reflect on their behaviors in the future. And I think this has not been reflected on me because I was very focused, alhamdulillah, when I was much younger, up to now. Focusing, I have my priorities. I don't think, I think social events are important, but if work stands and it's important for me to do, I do my work first, alhamdulillah. And that way, that's the only way men would respect you and know that they cannot challenge you. Or even if they challenge you, they would you would end up, you know, winning the game. Alhamdulillah.
That is a very important point that you've raised, because I personally I believe that women have all it takes to do well in the professional field as men. But especially in our society, most things that holds us back as women are the ingredients that we pay attention to too much health, too much all that. So that is a very good point that you raised. And I
Well,
moved to
Fatu, I would love to add to Auntie Aja Mariam. I think it's really a great point that she mentioned here. This is not actually out of the topic. I think this is actually inside the topic because we have so many. It has been difficult to empower women because it has education has been lacking. I think this is number one. And when we talk about education here, we're not only talking about books. Women need to be empowered in every way possible. That's why sometimes I'll be telling people we don't need more of schooling, we need more of learning. If opportunities are there for you to be developed, we are in the 21st century where our parents have the difficulties not having the chance to go to school. But when we look at the percentage of women that have been to school in our this generation is higher. We owe it to ourselves to be focused and then work really hard and live in ourselves and then know that we can really make things happen. I think laziness is been part of our thing, and then we feel sorry for ourselves most of the time. This supposed to be a thinking that we take out of our mind and work really hard, educate ourselves. If you cannot make it to university, there are chances around you that you can really develop yourself, start up a business, learn courses, and then engage yourself. Don't just sit down and say there is no work. Actually, I told people there is no job in the market. You have to create your own and then they will come for you. So if you are in an environment where women are leading, there are organizations, codings, or tailoring schools, anything that has to do with you doing something, get involved and don't sit down and feel like I'm a liability, because this is how the society sees us. We are seen as liabilities. This is why we have many women that are married right now and having problems in their marriage. They have kids, they are stuck in because they feel like if they leave those relationships, there is nothing for them. They become liabilities in the society. This is why I always advocate. I tell people, the financial stability of a woman is supposed to be a must. Every woman need to work hard, and then we should not joke about the woman being financially stable, because this will prevent us from so many things that are happening in the street when it comes to young women. It's really not okay. We are seeing our sisters going through so much. It's all because of lack of being focused. It's true some don't have the support, but right now it's very hard to say there is no support in my surrounding. You can really get it anywhere. So thank you so much, Auntie Aja, for shining light on this topic. We hope to have many role women like you that we can look up to, that are breaking barriers and then creating rooms for many young women and women to be successful and then learning from you. We hope to have more of you, and this can really help our society to go further. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatu. That was really insightful. Well, I move on to you now, Fatu.
Yep.
Question is a little bit personal, but I'll ask it anyways. So, it's no doubt that you are a professionally successful woman who is striving not only to promote education among the youth, but also trying to promote entrepreneurship as much as possible throughout the region. But regardless of all this success, you're still single and you still haven't started a family yet. So I would love to know if you have experienced any societal expectations regarding your decision to prioritize your career over starting a family. And if so, how did you navigate through them?
Well, okay. Thank you. This is really a personal question, and I think so many female leaders in my shoes have are going through similar thing. But to be honest to you, Fatu, is like being a female leader has never been easy. We have a huge percentage of women that are existing in the world, but let's take a sincere look, like what chances are available for young women to be developed and ably contribute to the economy of our countries. I will begin this analysis on the decoration of today's world. I always say Gambia put 90% chances for women to be poor housewives, while solely depending on their husband's income, and only 10% chance for young women to be educated, on their own jobs, and be part of the workforce. This declaration is based on my observation among young women in different regions in Gambia and also some parts of Africa, and a personal struggle to grow in a Gambian society as a young female. When when we get our degrees, or even before getting the degrees, we arrive in some certain ages, they will start asking questions. When are you getting married? And you're working so hard, do you think you can balance this with relationships? These questions have been coming everywhere. But for me, I think a man that is scared to settle down with a woman who is passionate about society and social activities, that man is the problem. And to Adelaide is an example. She have a woman, she have a husband who is there for her and make so that she achieve all her goals. It's not been easy, but I think we need more open-minded men to know that we are not a competition. We're just trying to play our part and then save the world. We are open. We Those that are ready will be there. Only a weak man will be scared to settle down with a woman who is passionate about changing and then making smiles on people's faces. I don't know why he's laughing. I think that's really fair.
That's what
Strong men are not scared. So the men need to be sensitized to for them to know that we are not fighting them. I always tell people I'm not an independent woman. I work hard to make myself satisfied. And if a man is scared with that, he's the problem. And then I think this is really happening. Women are breaking barriers. We are leading organizations, traveling, making things. This was not happening before, because they would tell you when you become a woman, you married, you give it all, which is true. We are the foundation, but it doesn't mean that we also have to sit down and then just look at the mess like that. So I don't believe in the whole idea of 50-50. I believe that men have something to bring in. Us women too, we have something to bring in. So it's about balancing. And then that's why I always advocate how we can um, perfectly advocate gender equalities, because it's not all about fighting. You bring this, we equal on this thing. We will never be equal on the things, but it's about understanding, collaboration. This is what we ask in here. And the other is an example. He's collaborating with her husband to make change happen in the world. Alhamdulillah, that's been happening. So we need moments like that. So Adam, you here too, please.
so. Let me just come to Auntie Adelaide quickly. What will you say to the young girl that is being constantly pressured by her family to start up a family instead of prioritizing her career?
Well, Fatou Hydra, Fatou, you start up a family now. That's my advice.
Yeah,
Start a family. Pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Pray to Allah subhanahu wa
yes,
ta'ala to choose for you a decent man that will be able to, a good partner that can help you.
sure.
If Allah chooses for you, inshallah, you'll get the best. It's good to start a family
Okay.
early. When your children grow up, they grow up with you when you still have the strength to bring them up and do your
Hmm.
business at the same time. Alhamdulillah. I started a family when I was 22. I got married twice. My first marriage didn't work out. And my eldest son now is about 38. Alhamdulillah. You see, he's grown up with me. My second marriage, mashallah, is the successful one. I'm still praying that it continues to be successful, where I have four boys and one girl, and they've all grown up, mashallah. It's only two of them that are in education still, going to college, but all the others have finished and they are working with me. Alhamdulillah. And this, I'm able to get this because I started a family early. So you should start effort. Don't be afraid. Pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the end of the day, as a Muslim, prayers, prayers, prayers. Du'as, loves, and hugs. That's my mission. That's my motto. I always say du'as, loves, and hugs is what I need. Yes, I need all the du'as from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept for me. And then the other one is I need the love. I need the love from everybody. That's why my friends tease me and tells me you are loved, and I know I'm loved by my kids and by my friends and by my family. The children I brought up in my home. When you come to my house, all you see is love and hugs. Everybody's playing with each other. We do argue, we do have differences, but it's just minor differences, like everybody would normally have, which is more natural, you know. But the reason I think I have this is because I got married early and brought them up early when my mom was alive. She had me, brought them up together. I brought all my children up together with my mom, and then now when she's gone, may she rest in peace. I'm able to try on my own with the other helpers she gave me. So far too, and all the other girls, young girls out there, don't be afraid to get married. It is not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy, but it's just a trial. My first marriage was successful, but it didn't hold me from getting married again because I thought I needed kids, I needed a family of my own. Alhamdulillah. Because like the all of say ku amu dom um uh jamal pak sa bir am all of ko in a better way that I'm saying it. Manam nga jam pak sa bir so amul jabot because do ko hambe nga mak be nga tawa taxaw be nga wara neka am ko la dona bu ko la dona do ko gis lol non ken bu ko nobody wants it. I'm sorry. I some of these statements I have to say it in Wolof so that I can express myself better, you know. But that's my advice to you and to all the young girls out there and all the young boys out there. Get married very early, get your children, and help your wife, help your husband. Try to be friends when you get married. Try to be friends. Not all men are bad. No, no, no. We would not be fair to them if we say that. Yes. Let's be positive about it and get into it, inshallah. Thank you. And that's why I think about setting up a family early and starting it now. Yeah.
But Auntie Ad, what of a case in which you do not find the right partner for you? Should you just should you just settle down just because of the idea of wanting to get married early?
Can you come again? Can you come again?
That you do not find the ideal person, and
Well,
like
well, you'll never know when you'll find the ideal person or where you will find it. It's the work of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, looking that one. You pray and pray and pray. And when you get it, you to plan and be friends. You may not get the right partner. That's very true. But you may also get the right partner. Yes. You never know if you don't give it a try. You have to give it a try. Yeah.
it's
You
a
have to
risk
give it a try.
that we should be willing to take.
Yes. Yeah, it's a risk you should be able to take, definitely. Just like in business. When you start up a business, it's a risk that you are taking. You never know whether it's going to be successful or not. It's the same as getting married. It's a risk you take, you know? And life is full of risks. Life is all about taking risks. You take a risk in whatever you do and pray that it's successful. And if it's not the end of the world. You try something else or you try another one. Just like I said, my first one was not, but I tried another one. Hold on, officer.
Hmm. Okay. Adama, do you have any other question?
Yeah, I do. But just like Auntie is saying here, it's like the saying goes, no risk, no glory. So you just have to take the risks. Yeah, you have to be ready to take the risks and then explore it. So yeah, the other question I have here will go to Fatu. Yeah, how can we move from the notion that equal partnership at home is the only solution for working women? What other options exist? You're not audible, or is it only me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, your mic was muted, but we can
Oh,
get
okay,
you.
okay. Sorry. Okay. Adam, I was saying, since I said at the beginning, I don't believe in equal partnership. Like I said, I think we need more of collaboration and understanding. If we collaborate, we could do so much. So I think what women will need most in most relationship it would be let the men empower and then like be an empower greater influence over the choices we make, and also they allow us women take the lead in shaping our own careers and allow us take ownerships over our career choices. And it will also be good if we create a personal leadership strategy, like a development strategy, and at the same time be strategic about our family choices and what each and everyone's supposed to be doing. So that's how I see it. I don't believe in equal partnership. It's about collaboration that I see, yeah, in these things. There is nothing like 50-50 in my point of view. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't believe in 50-50 when it comes to women and men in relationship.
Okay, thank you so very
Yeah.
much. That's a very clear one. And I'll have another question. This will go to both of you, Fatu and Auntie Adu here. This question goes: do you think that starting a family affects a woman's career's aspiration in any way? Back your answer with reasons.
Well, okay. I don't think starting a family can affect women career. So women started a family and then their partners become the great support for them and then they are really successful. Auntie Adret is an example. She's really successful with family responsibilities. So starting a family earlier, oh, I don't think that should affect a woman from anything that she is willing and ready to have. That should not stop anyone from anything. We've seen women going to school and being in the family responsibilities. It's still going well for them. It's sometimes it's about luck. Some people don't have that luck. They started families and then they cannot do anything. They're stuck in one place. I have a friend as an example. She is very smart, have a scholarship to went to study in two different countries for bachelor's and master's, but she have to leave everything to follow her husband's dream in Europe. And now she is a housewife. And I can't judge her. Maybe that is based on her own personal decision. So yeah, people are different in some ways. Sometimes we have to be careful how we advocate about women's rights and what they should do. Sometimes I think it's all about also what women feel comfortable in. Maybe that is okay for her.
Thank you so
Back to you,
very much.
Adam. Yeah.
Thank you. Auntie, anything on that?
Yes, I think I agree with Fatu here. Because sometimes you think being a housewife is losing out. No, no, no.
Mm,
Even being a housewife is a career. Being a
it
house
is.
is a career in the sense that when you build up your children and you are in partnership with your husband, you take care of the kids and he goes to work.
Mhm.
It's happening. At some point, you get children and you cannot go to work. They are too small.
Sure.
You have to take care of them. But the husband has to come in. He steps in your shoes. Yes, he steps into your shoes. So that way, eventually, eventually, what you do is you get back to you get back to the point of saying that when you start a family, you you lose out. No, no, you don't lose out. Starting a family is always a plus for a woman, because you wouldn't know it until your children grow up. So definitely, I think I agree that, and I also agree on the point that you can only be partners. Women and men can never be equal. No, they can never be equal, and I don't think we are we should be fighting for women's rights and
Yeah.
as in gender equality. No, we don't need that. We don't
No.
need gender equality. We need partnership and development. Where we need development partners. Yes, we don't need to be equal to the men. No,
Mm-mm.
definitely. And I don't advocate that. I don't tell my children, I don't tell my friends, I don't tell my family, I don't tell anybody. I just tell them try to get a partner that is understanding
Mm-mm.
and ready to work with you. Alhamdulillah. Definitely.
Thank you so very much, the both of you. These are very insightful answers. I'm really satisfied with them. Well, obviously, I would say I'm very much blessed to be here with you, and I make sure I retain all this information she has said. But I know somehow, this might help me in the near future. So yeah, thank you so very much for to anything on that, Fasane.
I'll just come back to Auntie Adu. You mentioned just now that sometimes it is necessary for women after having kids to stay back at home and take care of the family, the kids, nurture them and all, and let the man take over. But it is no doubt that men today are not the same as men before. The men before were more masculine than today. We see more our men becoming more and more feminine as the day goes. So, and all that goes with they neglect their responsibilities as well. Should we women risk our careers just so that just basing all of our hopes on the man to take care of everything? Is that not a big risk for a woman to take in this generation? I think
She arrived at her location. Well, Fatu, I think what she was trying to say there was not women to risk all their careers just to settle down with a man is a woman's choice. And then women should always know what works for them and what is what's not working for them. It's going to be a problem if it's the man who asks you to sit down and not do anything. That is a problem. But if it's you that feel like you can sit down and take care of your babies while prioritizing other taxes, or you feel like it's okay to be in one place, it should be a woman choice. So I think that's what she's trying to say here.
okay, maybe when she settles, she can clarify on that. But
Of course.
I have a question, ma'am, for you. Why do you
I
think that?
just I'm just coming into my home in my home into our one. I'm just arriving. That's why I wasn't concentrating on the last part.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alhamdulillah. I have just built a house in Tuawan, and mashallah, when I come, I have a roof over my head. Mashallah, I'm just arriving. Then I can go down to the funeral. Alhamdulillah. It's all part of the struggle. It's
Sure.
all
Yes.
all part of the struggle. Alhamdulillah.
Let's see.
So I was just asking you about the statement you just made that a woman at some point you will need to stay at home and take care of your babies after having kids and let the man take charge. Like in a way in a world in which men are becoming more and more neglectful of their responsibility, should a woman risk something like that?
Well, I don't think the woman should read something like that, but you don't have a choice. At some point, you don't have a choice. It's going to be more and more difficult if you have kids and want to continue a career, unless you also have a plan B, and that is your family, help from your family. You know, you have to be very lucky. Maybe your mom would be alive, or your mother-in-law would be alive to help you. Because like example I want to give you right now is my son Abdulaziz. The her wife has stopped work because he had two kids. There one is two, one is one, because they just like we say the left on me. Mashallah, alhamdulillah. But that's what they wanted. They wanted to have their children and then they grew up together with them. But I'm there to help them. She's staying with me. She was working in Dakar and now she has to move over to me in Gambia because I need to help her. That's by the fact the husband is also helpful, but the husband is mostly traveling because that's my eldest son, who is, like I said earlier, who is helping me with the pilgrimage. He stays in Saudi for more than for 3 months sometimes or more, and then the wife is with me. If in a family where you have the kids and had to give up your career for some time, then it's difficult. But she has given up her career to look after the kids with my help. But inshallah, I'm planning with her, inshallah, by next year, when the kids are stronger, she'll come back to work or she'll go back to her own work, and then
Mhm.
we'll see how we can help. But you need help. Whatever happens, you have to have help. If you don't have it, then it's going to be very, very difficult. And it may jeopardize your career, you know.
Mm.
So definitely that's the reality. That's the reality. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Fatu, just wanted to ask about what you think about of our society in which women who prioritize their careers are perceived as neglecting their family roles, but when a man does the same, he is actually praised. What are your thoughts on that? Fatu?
Yes, Fatu.
Yeah, you didn't get me.
What was the question, please? Yeah.
I'm saying, what are your thoughts on the fact that in our societies, when a woman prioritizes their careers over their families, they will be perceived as neglecting their family duties. But when a man does the same, he is praised for his dedication to his work. What do you think on that?
Uh, hmm. Fatu, can you please come back with the question one more time?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
In our society, so too,
Mm-hmm.
when a woman prioritizes her career over her family, she is perceived as a woman who neglects her family duties, right?
Yeah.
In most, but when a man does the same, that is prioritizing his career over his family, we will normally praise such a man as a man that is dedicated to his job. So why is it that the cases are different for the woman compared to the man?
Well,
Um,
Fatu, if I'm to answer that question, I think that might be the stereotype of the societies because mostly we see men as providers. So if men are taking responsibilities and doing such things, they can be praised as okay, he's a man, he's really taking care of his family and doing things. Even women, we like men that take charge and be responsible. Like the question you give to Adelet here, like when women give it all, like what should be there. So in most cases, as women, it's never easy to be a woman and prioritizing your career while also prioritizing self and family. For many women, this challenges is compounded by persistence put to meet everyone's need. You try to be mothers, wife, boss, managers without neglecting any of those roles. An approach can sometimes it can be overwhelming, but unfortunately, women, we no longer need to choose between office and nursing or being mothers and wife. We can maintain a satisfying presence in both, but need to know from the outset that navigating our demands require commitment and organizations. Just like Anto Adlet here right now, she's traveling, she's being a grandmother, wife, and everything, and also traveling, even though being with us. So this has to be require commitment and organization. So successful women manage their time with the intention of increasing quality of life in their small ways by fully utilizing the resources available to them. And I think most female leaders see the outlook as other qualities, and as a result, we are able to manage responsibility with less stress and satisfaction. So we should not feel different when society label us like that. We cannot change that from people's mind, but it has to be oneself taught. You understand what you're up for and what you can do, and then you need to be in an environment that understand that, and then a supporting partner. I think that will do for you.
Auntie Adu, you have something to add on that?
Yes, it's a real stereotype. It's the belief.
Yeah.
We believe we are from Adam. It boils down from Adam and Eve. They
Yeah.
think men are the breadwinners. They are the
Yeah.
master of the house and all that. And we cannot change that. Whatever happens,
We can.
I'm taking more financial responsibilities at home than my husband. But she's still the master of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happens, he's still the yes, he's still. I'm doing more. I'm giving because I have a more successful job than him. You know. Yes, mashallah. Despite the fact that and he accepts it, but he cannot accept that I'm the master of the house. It's not possible. So that's the hard fact. So definitely, I think that one we have to accept. Yes, we have to accept and continue developing ourselves and keep talking about it until we are able to make society knows that definitely what a man can do, a woman can do, and what a man does wrong should be addressed, and as much as what a woman does wrong, that should be addressed definitely. And on that note, I think I have to leave you guys. I'm going to pray. We have just arrived at home. I'm going to pray, and we are going to the funeral right now. But Alhamdulillah, I was very pleased to be with you. And if you need any more help or any such forums, I'll be available, inshallah. I'm very, very busy, Alhamdulillah, but I'll try because this is my part of my social and corporate responsibility to be able to talk to people about my experiences and inspire them and help them and even hear from them because hearing from them too can change some mindsets and can improve. I can improve on that. And maybe if I have a video or a recording of this program, I can send to my kids, some of my youth groups, my foundations, and they'll be inspired. Thank you very much, Adama. I'm sorry to leave you as early. I wish I could have gone to the end, but I have to leave. Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
Thank
Fatu,
you so much.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
Auntie
so much.
Adulet. Before you go, I will say thank you for sacrificing this time to be with us. You really are an inspiration to us, and then continue being a great role model for young people. And we need more women like you. May God give you long life and a good health to continue to do this great cause. Thank you. Really humble to
Thank
see
you.
this panel with you. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you.
Bye.
So we will just say thank you too on behalf of all the students in Morocco. It's such a delight that you were able to join us with all this busy schedule that you have. We see that you were on the road going to Dakar or Senegal, but you
Chuawan, to
still
Chuawan. Chuawan.
yeah,
I've just arrived in
wow,
Chuawan.
but you still made the time to join us. And this is
Mhm.
very, very pleasing to us. Thank you so much. And
And
we
I'll
look
see
forward.
you guys when I come to Morocco. I come to Morocco all the time. In fact, I have a group coming for Ziara, inshallah, in Fez and Rabat and Fez on the from the first second to the 9th of April, inshallah. That's my later Hadar group. And inshallah, I'll give them your number. And whenever I come with my husband and my kids, I'll join you and come and see you, inshallah. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
be a pleasure.
Have
It
a
was
good day.
okay. We'll continue with the program. Fatu, I will just come back to you.
Okay, for while waiting, I think I will go ahead with this question before she come back. Well, I have a question for you here. That is like, do you think that support networks such as spouse, family, and friends can really help women manage their work life? If yes, how?
Yes, Adam, just as Auntie Adelet mentioned it, family and friends and spouse can be a great support mechanism for women to advance in their careers because we need that support. One person cannot do it all. And if all hands join together, we can really do a lot. And to be honest, we have so much potential to create so many changes in the world when we have those support mechanisms. I think it really contributes a lot. So yeah, we invite everybody to just be open-minded and not see that women that are out there trying to be competitors. We just wanted to play our part in this world. I
Thank
hope
you.
that answered your question.
Yeah, yeah, very, very much well. Thank you so very much. Okay,
Thank
first
you.
let's back with us. Let's
Back
go. First,
to the other question, I actually meant to ask it to Auntie Adu, but since
Now,
she's
now I am boring. I'm the only one.
just having a discussion, then each gives their thoughts. But I was gonna ask, what do you think of men that are not comfortable with having their spouses making prospering more than them when it comes to different professional arena? Like Auntie Adu, she clearly mentioned that she's more professionally stable than her husband, and her husband is okay with that.
Hmm.
But most men today
Yeah.
are not okay with that. They will straightforward tell you, I can't be a woman that's earning more than me. Do you think that is a sign of an insecure man?
Well, I think that's a sign of an insecure man, and that man can be a problem. Well, if you don't want me to earn more than you, then you should earn more than me. If I bring 50, you bring 100. If I bring 20, you bring 60. Or if I bring 20, you bring 40. If I bring 40, you bring 60. That way, we don't have a problem. But if I bring 20 and you bring 10, so that is a problem. So I think if you don't want your woman to earn more than you should work 100 times harder to earn more than her. That's my analysis on that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Adam, what do you think on that?
yeah.
well, actually, I think I will agree with that. I will agree what she's saying. I mean, it's the perspective, it's the mindset. If you really don't want to, like she said, if you want to, like if your woman is bringing like 10, you should bring 20, or like if she's bringing 30, you should bring like you should also try on you should always try and double what she is bringing. So in that way, I think it will work out for the both of you. So I really agree with her answer.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that it should be totally normalized for women to earn more than their husbands. Because, like we said, it is not a competition. We are not competitors, but we're supposed to be partners. So it should
Exactly.
be no.
It's not a competition.
Yeah.
It should be normalized. If so, well, some men's like problem. If their women's earn more, they have a problem. If my man have a problem that I'm earning more than him, well, I'm asking you to go work harder than me. Then if you continue having that problem, then you are not the right person.
And
That's how I
this
see it.
actually
Because mhm,
this actually makes some women to like lay back, kind of lay back on their aspirations, on their career aspirations, because they'll be they will be doubtful. Should I work harder? Should I just let him be take the lead and all? But I don't think that should make any woman feel like let me just lay back and let him take the lead and all. No. Or what do you think?
I don't think layback should be an option. The only time you can lay back if he brings more than you brings in. That time you can lay back and chill while you're making your own and then keep it to yourself. Then let him work extra harder. But if it's not putting in, then if you lay down or lay back, what will happen if things don't go how it's supposed to be? You end up being a liability to the society. So this is a problem.
It's just the mindset and their toxic masculinities.
That's why we need more of collaboration, discussion, and understanding. Because if not, this is gonna be a big problem for many households, and we have been seeing this. Many, it's true, many people are getting married, but problems are everywhere because of communication. People don't know how to properly communicate. I think all of these things happen at the beginning, so couples need to understand each other and see that it's not competition. We're just trying to balance things, and that's all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the last question that I have before we end it, in this society that we keep seeing more and more women quitting their jobs after they married or after they have kids. And it's of course some of their decisions are based solely on them. Some decisions are totally the woman's choice. But in
Mhm.
many other cases, we see that it is their husbands that will force them or advise them to quit their jobs and to be 100% housewife. So, what are your thoughts on such a man that advises or even forces his wife to stop working to be 100% mother and just take care of their kids? And how does this impact women empowerment?
Well, I think first of all, we should not force anyone to do anything because I'm not very much versed in the Quran, and but I was very sure that when Prophet is it Musa, when the dream comes in was to slaughter the son and sacrifice for the Eid. He didn't just come and said, I want to kill you. He asked the son for his permission. So it's always should be questioning. You ask, but you don't make things look like a force. But if it becomes a force now, that's a problem. It's supposed to be discussed, and then you ask each other's consent. Like if your husband asks you to leave your career and then sit down, be full-time responsible for the house, maybe you could ask what influences decision. If the decision is clear and then he's able to provide everything that you need at that particular time, I think it will be okay if you are satisfied with that. But if he just asks you to sit down and don't do anything, and then you are also unable to support yourself, I think that situation can be a problem. But it's okay also, as I'm seeing many women when they have a babies in the duration of 1 year, you be at house, you cannot do anything except to wait. But if that periods are over, and then your husband asks you to continue being a woman just to be in the house, then there needs to be a system that need to support you to keep going. And also, if you're satisfied with it, if you're not, you should really go and pursue what you want to do. I don't think people should force you to do what you don't feel comfortable doing, because at the end of the day, if you do it without not being comfortable, you punishing yourself and being a prisoner for yourself. You are muted.
Sorry. I was saying, so personally, how would you handle such a situation?
How will I handle such a situation? Well, if my husband asks me, first of all, to sit home and be a forever housewife, I will ask him why. And then if he has a good reason and he's able to take care of my needs and everything, I'm okay. I will sit home and then provide me everything, as long as you are giving me and then you're not complaining, giving it to me. But if I need it, you complain, then let me go and find something to do. But you cannot ask me to sit home and then you are unable to take care of my needs. That will really be a problem. And then I don't see myself just sitting home not doing anything. So, but it all depends. Never say never. And then we are all growing and changing, and we are learning and then seeing different things. Sometimes you can meet an understanding partner that can say, "Hey, sit down. I got you covered." And all of us we like that. And we want men to be provided, regardless of how much a woman made. We still want our man to be provided. So it's always like that. Yeah.
Like the saying goes, my money is my money, and his money.
Yeah, like I always tell people, I'm like, I mean, you might see me talking. I'm not that strong, independent woman who will say I'm paying everything for myself. I don't believe in that. Take care of me, and then I will do other things. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So women have the perspective as well. But I don't know, do you have
Yes,
that?
Well, no, it's just about what she's saying. I think that's a very, very fair judgment. If you ask your woman to sit at home, like you must have a solid reason behind that. So,
mhm,
like you said, like if your reason is reasonable enough, I mean, I don't see any reason why you should deny what he's asking of you. No.
exactly,
Yeah, so it's all about communicating and then understanding and whatsoever. Like
exactly,
the cohesion should not be there like the force. Like sit, have a
exactly,
discussion with her, and then I'm sure you guys will find it. You'll find a solution. You'll find the best decision.
exactly. I mean, it's all about proper communication. Like your husband asks you, "Hey, sit down," and you say, "Why should I sit down?" I think you should sit down first and ask him, "Okay, now I sit. What? Why you ask me to sit down?" Now then the conversation will flow. So that's just how I say it. And if I make 40, bring 60. If I bring 20, bring 40. If I bring 60, bring 100. That way we don't have a problem. And I'm not ready to take your masculine road, fight with you or whatsoever. You and I are different, and then we all bring unique things onto the table, so that makes us partners. We collaborate. We are not equal fighting or whatsoever. Yeah, I think that way we will all be free.
But I would just like to add this point. Shouldn't it be normal in a case where the woman earns more than the man for the man now? if someone has to sit at home and take care of the kids and the household and all that, shouldn't the man be the one to give up his job or his career, since he's like less contributing to the household, and the woman take over and provide financially? Wouldn't isn't shouldn't
It's happening in some cases. Some cases, some women's are, some men's are like not doing anything. They are at the house. So women's are really being provided. They are comfortable, but it's really hard. Men's are not that comfortable to be in those situations, and it's also very hard for many women to be open-minded to be fully taking care of a grown man. We will complain like if we do it one time, two times, that I'm like, oh, you very useless, while you are always here. So it's a thing, and so it's it's a problem. So no matter how much woman we are, we want our men to provide. So you can find in 10% one or two that will be comfortable with that. So it's gonna be hard. Myself, even I'm earning how many dollars, and then my husband is always at the house, I'm like, man, are you okay? I don't work this much to be with somebody like you. So
well,
it's a problem. So
yeah.
men's always have to provide. We feel happy when men's bring things to the table. So we don't want to be taken care of no grown man.
I feel like nowadays women want it both ways. We want a man that helps with the household responsibilities, but also a man that provides 100%. We want him to provide for all our needs, but we also
Hmm.
want him to come home, take care of some household stuff. Do you think we can have it both ways?
No, we can never have it both ways. But because also, if a woman is working very hard, she got her life together. She don't need man for all of financial support or something. Those men's financial support can be like a bonus. So maybe we will need him on some parts. But what is also important in that sense, when a woman is also very successful, that you should also have respect. We should always need to know how to handle, because we are the foundation in relationship. And it's true, when marriage happens, women will give it a lot. So we cannot compete in that stage. That's how I see it. But men always have to, in my point of view, men always have to bring more, because we cannot take care of you.
Okay, after that, I mean, like, that's very fair. But like, I think like this is just, if we all, think differently. I
Yeah,
mean, maybe this is you, Fatu, the two Fatus. These are your concepts. These are your beliefs you have. But maybe there are women out there, they think different. Now, if they work
sure.
hard than their husband and they earn more than their husband, somehow like they feel over the like they are all over the moon. Like they
Yeah.
feel to like take care of everything, to
Hmm.
rule over everything. And I can tell you one thing, like that's something that the men will never be okay with. Like with your money and whatsoever, if you come to the place of like trying to take his place, like that's always a
Yeah,
big problem. So
sure.
I think what we should pray for is to have maybe like many mindsets as possible as you guys here, because
Hmm.
you guys, right now what you are saying is very positive and you are thinking straight. But like the problem is, how many of women are out there thinking like you guys? I think this is the problem, because you won't deny, there are other women out there. For them, if they have money, they feel like, okay, yeah, I'm the boss. And like, the moment you
Yeah,
feel that you are the boss in the compound, in the house, now the problem begins. You definitely have a problem with your husband, like definitely. So, but then
yeah.
like we say, it's all about communication, and then yeah, we will come out with the best
Of
decision.
course, of course, with proper communication and understanding, and each one understanding their roles, and we all know that we are unique, and then we
Mhm.
can bring different things onto the table. I think we'll be able to accomplish a lot. Yeah, and sure, of course, let men not be scared, and then we need also to know how we can properly promote gender equalities. I think that will help us from all of these problems in most cases. But either ways, women are not trying to take men's positions, and men's too. We don't want them to make decisions for us. We just want them to be there to support our decisions, and in that way, we will all be okay. Yeah, is a fair world, and women's we supposed to be taken care of. It has been like this all the time. So regardless of how we could appear strong, we still want men to be gentle with us. You know.
I know, right? Women will
Yeah.
always be women.
Well, I believe that we all have roles to play, be it to either when it comes to balancing our careers or our families. We always have to look for
Mhm.
the middle. Don't overdo it. Don't to We shouldn't focus too much on one and neglect the other. If that's what we want as women
Mhm.
that want a successful career and a family life. So I think
Yeah,
that is all.
I think we should not be scared because in this world of women leadership and everything, there is so much because they will tell you you don't need that much education, you don't need too much of work, you don't need too much of all of these things. We should not be scared. Let's pursue everything that we could do. I believe that whatever you should get in life will catch up to you, and when it's best at this time, God will make it happen. All you could do is to work hard and then pray and focus on your goals and make break them down and work on them little by little. Whatever is meant to be will really meant to be, and don't put your full focus that I am nothing without a man. It's everything is going to happen at its best time, and if it happens, it's going to be the best. So I think, yeah, we need to be patient and really work on our little things and not be distracted in any way. We all have something to play. We are all unique in our own roles. And it's true, some are working for now, some are working for the future, some are where they are still, but it takes everyone. And we don't have to be criticizing people because there are so many problems in our societies right now. Women have been depressed, and a lot. Even us with the degrees, we are not saved. So we just be focused and then pray, let things change for us, and we got this. And with the support mechanisms and people around us, we can really make things happen. And let's be positive, open-minded, and help each other. If you have something that you think is grateful, share with other women, call them out, and share your business ideas, share things, and create groups and motivate one another. I think we will be fine.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So in short, you are saying like the men are the support mechanism here. Is that right?
I mean, women's also we are each other's support mechanisms, which doesn't happen most of the time because women's we are each other's enemies. If a man and a woman is going to an election, don't worry, the man will win because women's will all be on the men's side because they will look at the woman. No woman has ever done this. How does he think he could do it? So that's why we also need to be our own support mechanisms. Yeah.
I know that, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, let's keep each other's up, and then the rest will all be okay. Because at this age, especially if we arrive 25, 26, going to be like, oh, you should really get married now. What are you doing? And all of these things. And sometimes that can put pressure on you and then do certain things. And then it's true, everybody is caught in their own time and in life. So with focus and patience, I always tell people, even every day you get up, you flip white papers, just focus on that, things can change for you. So be out there and then be open-minded and think outside of the box and don't be scared. The world is here, people are really ready to help you, and we got this.
Definitely, definitely. That's
Yeah.
very fair. That's very fair. I was just scrolling through the comments. I was seeing comments like, it's definitely not natural or normal for the man to just sit at home doing nothing and the woman providing. And I think, I quite agree with that. What are your thoughts?
It's really not natural. Like I said, I will not work this much hard and then be with a lazy man because I will call it a lazy man. It's really not fair for me, and then I won't encourage anyone. I mean, okay, some people can do that, but it wouldn't work for me. I work so hard to be where I am, and then give with everything. And then whenever I'm home, I'm seeing a man watching TV. I'm like, did I make a mistake? No. So it it doesn't that will not work for me. It's not for me because
To
yeah.
I'm saying it might not be fair to 100% call them lazy men. It all goes back to communication. If
That's what I'm
they,
saying. No, for me, I will call that a lazy man. If I go to work and everything now you at the house sitting in the couch, I will call you a lazy man. I mean, there are 1,000 things you can do. It's
if
not
he's got
only office.
taken care of, if he's at home taking care of the domestic work jobs and all that, then that is fine. It's not like he's lazy. Working does not only have to involve going outside to
But
work and all that. I
you know
know.
some men will be at the house. They won't do those domestic because let's be honest to ourselves. Let's say in our typical Gambian society, it's not normal for men to be doing house jobs. That's very not normal. You see a man washing bowls and doing things like, are you okay? We were thinking all of crazy things. So that is very not
Oh,
common in our Gambian society. So for me, that would not work for me.
it should be normal. And I think it all starts
Well,
from us.
it will be normal by time, I guess, but at the current stage and where it has been way back, is very not normal for a typical Gambian society, men be doing house jobs and the woman be working and coming in. No, that's not very normal.
Well,
Maybe in
it's
the
all
Western world.
Yeah, that's quite right. That's fair enough. I also don't think it's normal for the man to
Yeah.
just at
Well,
home.
for me, it could work for some women, but it will not work for me. And yeah, that's just it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
men.
That's fair enough then. So then first time will it work for you?
Well, personally, I don't think I would have a problem, but it depends on the situation too. If my man has to stay at home and it's necessary, he's going through some situations, and I know I can do better going outside and working, then I'm totally fine with that. As far as he's not just sitting at home 247 doing nothing, he's trying to improve himself too. But then things are still not working for him yet. Then
Okay,
we
that's a
can see.
condition. That one is a condition. That one is a condition. That one
Yeah,
is a work in progress. He's already have a plan and then he just stuck. It's a work in progress. But this is different from someone who totally has no plan, but just to sit home and be a house husband. I don't know whether we have that term. A house
no,
husband.
we
So
don't have we don't have that time.
that one is a problem. Your case, Fatu, here, this man is a work in progress. He's in the stage of processing something. He's stuck for something. So you providing for a short term. Let's say that. Adam, am I right on this?
But
Yeah,
that is like I said, men are
I
the
think you're right on that one.
See.
social providers. So
And
we
I
as
think many people in the audience, in the comments, will also agree on to that. Like, how many of them will be okay to marry to a man who is a house husband entirely with no plan? Like, it's not in the progress. I mean, we will complain.
nothing like I'll tell you. But well, like I said before, it is all a
Yeah.
partnership, and we should be there to support each other. We shouldn't bring each other down. Like men will do. Mostly, this is not a woman problem. Mostly, it is men that will bring women down when it comes to their careers. So we should focus more on trying to help our women, support them, knowing when they make it in life, it is us, it is you also the man that is making it. When your wife or when your woman succeeds, it's your success too. So it's not totally just her.
Did we just first time?
Yes, he's here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Sorry,
see,
I was
someone
having.
just commented, said, definitely not even men want to become house husband. Right, you see? Our content. Adam,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got one
Yeah.
thing right.
yeah. I'm seeing some interesting comments definitely. So I don't know. I don't know if there are questions in the comments. I will check them and see if there are questions. I will post them to you guys. I post them.
So Adama, if you have nothing else to add, maybe we can give our closing remarks. Or Fatu, you have something to say before we close?
I'm okay.
Okay. It was indeed a pleasure having
I
you today.
was I was just I was checking through the comments, but I couldn't come across a question. So I think then this will lead us to the end. If Father didn't have anything to say,
No, I'm good for now, Adam.
oh, okay. Fatu, you take over.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Just
What do
came
you say, Adam?
across Gabby's comment, and she's saying, like you, Fatu, she says she doesn't believe in 50-50 as well.
Yes.
No.
But this whole concept of
Literally,
50-50,
I think 50
such
50
a
does not even exist. Like 50 50, like it does not exist. Like it's just like
Come
people. It's
on.
just like it's just like a saying. It's a saying of the fairy tale. Like 50 50 does not exist.
Exactly. I think people
So
need to properly educate themselves and understand what the word 50-50 is all about. Because sometimes when you talk about, oh, women empowerment, this thing, everybody jumps in. I'm equal to men, I'm do this, you do that. We really need to sit down and properly educate ourselves what this 50-50 thing is all about, what this feminism thing is all about, so that we don't get crazy. So I think it's really affecting many women too mentally when it comes to this word 50-50. Oh, I'm a feminist. You don't even know what the word feminist is. So we need to sit down and educate ourselves and know where these words are coming from, what influenced these words, and then how is this words currently imagined with the recent times, and does this works with you exactly? Because some things are trending, doesn't fit your circumstances, so you need to help yourself and balance those things, and differentiate between experience and meaning. So I think that could help a lot.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
all goes back to trying to copy the Westerns and all. Because this whole concept of feminism, and we take it, with us, women today, we take it as a bad thing. But actually, what feminism is not a bad thing. It's just giving women rights and all certain rights, because it all goes back to giving women the right to vote, the right to work, and all of that. But now we will use it to fight against men. We use it as a tool against men. And if we continue like this, in the next 50 years, maybe 60 to come, we'll have a term called maybe masculinism. Because when we take all the rights from men, try to give it to women now, then we'll be abusing men at some point. So it should
No,
always
Fatu, if
go
you,
back to, we
sorry
should
to
always,
cut you,
before
Fatu,
jumping
if you look
into
at
things
that,
and trying to
Fatu,
use things or concepts, always have to try. Yeah.
Fatu, if you look at the history,
Yeah, Fatu.
I think can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
you
yeah.
hear me?
Audible.
Okay. Fact, what I was trying to say here is men's have had all the rights. So women and children are the ones, and women and young girls are the one that have been vulnerable, have having problems since way back. So men's have been okay; they have no problem. But I think it's all we need more educated women, which has been making it difficult to empower women since the long time. So we need more educated women, more trainings on leadership, orientations, understanding the terms and policies that are built on women's are very weak. And then the development of women's have been discussed in many conference rooms for years. It's just becoming a gossip with no tangible solution put in place. So we need men also, especially young boys, to be educated to respect the value of a woman, the role of a woman, the body of a woman, and what are the meanings of these terms. The way women need to know about the 50-50s and the feminism rules, men still need to educate themselves to know about these things, because we have many men that will be jumping into conclusions without not knowing these things too. So it's becoming a problem. So both sides need to be sensitized in community wise. I mean, there are so many sensitizations and advocacy that's been going on for a long time, but we still need more. And then this will help us to guide through a lot, because the internet is going, people don't even care now getting good news or proper information. We just jump with the little thing that we see. So it's up to oneself to teach yourself, orient yourself about these rules, and that way we will not have a problem. This is both men's side and women's side, especially men's. I mean, help yourself so that you don't be scared, because many men are scared now. Oh, she's successful, she will take control me. So it's not like that. Yeah.
So yeah, men, don't be scared. We are not scared,
Don't be
Fadu.
scared. Yeah, exactly. Don't be scared.
Yeah, I think
All right.
Sana,
Ourselves,
anything?
we have to know ourselves as people. Because when you don't know yourself, you'll find it difficult to fit anywhere. So just following these random terms or these random ideologies that we see from these Westerners, it's not going to work for us because we have different societies, we have different
Different
cultures, and
societies, different cultures, different problems, different history. And what could
yeah,
work in Europe, in America, will not work in Africa, and will not even work in Gambia. And what is even working in Ghana, Nigeria is not typically working in Gambia. So we have different rules. Everybody
Definitely.
should
Definitely.
understand your environment and get control of your environment. If you know your environment, you will not put yourself into problem, because everywhere you go, you want to fit in with those people and their cultures. You forget that you have an environment. So stick to your environment, and then that way you will not be suffering, unless if your partner is in a different environment, then you can try to adopt to those people's cultures and behaviors, and then see how you guys can properly do things, because everybody comes with a different experience.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I 100% agree with that. I think before deciding on anything, like you have to consider the environment you're from, like your society and whatsoever. Like that counts
Correct.
a lot because the West and Africa, our societies and our traditions and culture whatsoever is just very, very different. So, like if you are down
Mhm.
there sitting in the internet scrolling through and seeing blah blah this 50-50 stuff like that, you want to go back to Gambia and play that there. I'm sorry, it's not going to work for you. So you
yeah.
have to put that
Mhm.
in your head, like the society you from. So I think that will really help you take the best decision for you.
And
Yeah,
mostly when they advocated for it, it's not like a man is equal to a woman. No, equal opportunities. That's what the fight was more about. When a man has this opportunity, then we give this same opportunity to a woman. But it's all lack of understanding and just randomly and blindly following things that we see around. So educate ourselves as women and try to understand better for just jumping into anything we come across.
yeah, that's very
That
important.
is the best.
Important. I think now we are now running out of time. Definitely think we are now at the end. So far so good. I think the key points we learn here is first of all is being strong. It's being strong. Like you have to be strong and don't, not to give up on your goals. Something that we learn from our auntie here and Hydra. And then, like, proper communication, like, it's very important. It counts a lot in every situation we can share, not only even family stuff. Like, proper communication is always very, very important. So I think basically these are things that we learn here, not to give up, to properly communicate, and then yeah, hopefully you will find yourself in the best place possible. So yeah, this finally brings us to the end of this
I,
amazing panel, and then yeah, Fatsane, anything?
I was messing with Fatu. Like Auntie Adu says, you should consider starting a family. Is she even
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
that.
family will consider me when time comes. It's all
Yeah,
timing. I'm doing my best, and family will catch up to
uh,
me when time comes, and it will be the best time. I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a pressure. I mean, everything happens at the best time.
yeah. Like you don't
definitely?
have to. You don't have to be in a rush, but
No, you don't
like
have to, because if you have to think about it, it becomes a problem. So there's already too much problem happening. We just chill and work hard and don't put timeline on anything. Family catch ups to you when it's time for family to catch up to you.
yeah, either you catch up the family or family catch up to you when the time is right.
Exactly. The family will
What,
catch
what,
up to you, or you either catch up the family. It just happens supernaturally. It's just like when you are not looking for something and then you meet with that thing, then it's automatically yours. Just the same thing when you meet the right people, they can just say good morning and your dreams leap. So it's like that.
yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
Okay, Fatsani, I think you can end it. You could
Okay.
you could you could give
But
your closing remarks and then yeah.
she's not here. We just thank him both of you so much for joining us today. It is such a very insightful and interesting conversation we have with you people today. So we hope to see you all, Uncle, next year on next year's Women's Day, inshallah. And just want to say a happy Women's Day to all the women around the world, and keep doing what you're doing. And inshallah, all the dreams will come true. See you all.
Yeah, inshallah. I'm praying
All
next
right.
Women's Day. Fatu will already be with her husband. So yeah,
Well, thank you so
I'm
much,
going
Adam.
for
Thank you, Adam, for having me, and Fatou for hosting, and Adam for co-hosting this event. And I want to thank the entire Gambia Student Association, and first of all, thank the president, who is a lady, Madam. Is it Madam Mrs. Miss Khadijatu Jallo? She's also Miss. You see, we have many Miss. Miss Khadijatu Jallo and her entire team for creating this great platform for us to come here to set a light. We don't know everything, but the little things that we know to share with each other. And I thank everybody that has joined us live on the audience and interacting with us on the comment sections, and those that will also watch these recordings later. Thank you so much, and I'm very much honored to be here. It's a home for me, I think, and we will continue to be available when events like this are there. And thank you so much to the entire Gazan for creating amazing programs like this. I know it's not easy being a student and balancing with all of these things, but may God continue to give you strength to be able to bring more of these activities. Thank you so much, and thank you.
Welcome.
thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye,
Yes.
everyone, for joining.